right now. And as far as rotation goes, we can check on that. Yep, we are seeing some rotation. This is going to be near Highway 120, Levee Road, the Daniels Point Landing, State Road 19. That is where the area of concern is, right on Rosa and Levee Road. And if you live in these areas, you know where I'm talking about. But again, to reiterate, as we are on the air, an active tornado warning. This storm popped up quick, folks. And look, we've been watching the conditions all afternoon. And look, it's one of those situations where not just this one can come, but we could actually have another one come with these storms developing so rapidly. Now, earlier today, we had a cluster of storms come through about lunchtime. And that, you know, that just kind of, we were talking about, is this going to affect the atmosphere anymore? And would it, you know, just kill off the energy from the rest of the day? And no, we got enough sunshine, enough heating, and that's why we have some problems. There is a large disturbance in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and that's what I think the main thing for kicking this storm off is. Now, this is a rather brief tornado warning, but and I think one of the reasons it is because the Weather Service saw some rotation in here, enough to trigger a tornado warning. This is right along the Mississippi River. Here's Luxora, Arkansas here, Osceola. This is just to your east, but you're close enough to be in play. You need to pay attention, and you need to go to your safe spot. I mean, the number one thing you need to do is cover your head and be in the first level of whatever building that you might be in, whether it's an apartment or your home or office, work, whatever. You need to be on the first floor, away from windows, and have something to protect your head with. Say, look, a bicycle helmet, a football helmet, whatever works, and don't go outside and try to find the tornado. That's the worst thing you can do. Tornado warning until 7:45 for both Mississippi County in eastern Arkansas and in Tennessee, Lauderdale County. This is going to go until 7:45. This is not a very populated area, but look, anytime there's a tornado warning, we're going to take this very seriously. It doesn't matter where it is in our coverage area. There is other activity developing in Arkansas that is moving east, and I'm going to come into this just to show you that this may affect metropolitan Memphis in the next couple of hours or so, from Earl down to Wynn, Mariana. That all is pushing east as well. So Metro Memphis, we need to make sure we pay very careful and close attention to this storm. But right now, our focus is definitely on the tornado warned storm that I'm zooming into right now, just to the east, northeast of Osceola, Arkansas. Here's Blytheville, Arkansas on I-55. So that is just to give you a reference point of exactly where we are. It's in between Blytheville and Osceola. I-55, I'll show you, is basically right in between. Here's I-55 right here. Here's I-55. So it's just east of I-55 right now in the town of Luxora. There is not a lot of lightning, but there is some circulation being detected by the radar, and that's why this has prompted the National Weather Service to issue a tornado warning, which is something you must take very serious and carefully. And again, this cell slowly moving to the east. Kaiser, you are not in the warning. Luxora, Arkansas, you are in an active tornado warning, and you need to take shelter immediately and get away from windows, get indoors. If you know anybody in the town of Luxora, and you know, call them on their cell phone now and tell them that a potential tornado is on the ground or about to be on the ground as this cell moves to the east. And this is not the only storm that we're going to be dealing with this evening. I do believe the threat is going to be limited in time. I would say within the next 3 to 4 hours is when we really have to worry about this storm. But I do want to take a look at some of the velocity products on here. And let me zoom in carefully and show you where I believe to be the greatest area of circulation. And that's actually going to be right in here along Highway 120 near O'Donnell Bend, the Daniels Point Landing, and also County Road 474 in Mississippi County, Arkansas. Tuckertown, you are just to the west of this storm, and it looks like the storm is, I'm going to draw it out for you here. It's probably, if there's a tornado, it's only about 5 miles from the Mississippi River. It's about to move into Tennessee and cross the Mississippi River, but there are good indications there of rotation, and that's why we have this active tornado warning that is going to go until 7:45 tonight. So it is a rather short duration warning, but now we're getting some more information popping up, and our tornado indicator is at a 2.2. I am gonna draw a new storm track out here for you, as this cell looks like it could be picking up a little bit of momentum from the original 10 miles per hour or so. I would suspect that that it would pick up as far as speed goes, because 10 miles an hour is not that's not very fast. So the storm does look like it has picked up speed. And here is a track. This is really our first good track because it's been over such a rural area. But here is an updated storm track for you of where this potential tornado might be and at what time. So Ripley, we're talking about 8:10. You've got some lead time. And if you live in a mobile home and I call out your town, you need to get out of your mobile home and go to a sturdy structure. If you have one you can get to within 5 to 10 minutes, I would advise that you get out of a mobile home if you live there and take shelter in a sturdy structure if you know where one is, because you do have time. I mean, look at Ripley, 8:10, Gates at 8:19. This is in Tennessee now. Woodville at 8:21, Halls, Tennessee at 8:21. So we are giving you lead time as this tornado warning has been issued by the National Weather Service, not just for Mississippi County, Arkansas. By the way, it's a small piece of Mississippi County. Mississippi County is huge. So, you know, it's just a tiny piece. Like Dell, Kaiser, Osceola, you're no longer in the warning. And the storm right now is crossing the Mississippi River, and you can see the times and the tracks that I've got on here. Again, this warning goes until 7:45. Mississippi County, Arkansas. It is possible you would be pulled out of this a little bit sooner than Lauderdale County. They issued this warning about 10 minutes ago or so, and I'm going to step back off screen in a minute because we do have an instant chat messaging service that we use with the National Weather Service to get the most up-to-date, accurate information, and that's what I'm going to do right now is check this chat as we bring you wall-to-wall tornado coverage of a possible tornado on the ground. Let me see what I've got. The absolute latest. Let's see here. All right, so look, the ingredients are there. What I'm trying to find out is if there are there have been any sightings, and I don't have that, but I do know for a fact that the radar is producing rotation. So I can tell you, I can tell you this is a radar indicated storm. I don't even think we would have a spotter network out there going with this one because this is not a widespread severe weather outbreak situation. But oftentimes in June, you can have these tornadoes that develop rapidly and just pop up. There's just so much energy this time of year that it's not unheard of. It's not uncommon. Sunset now is about 8:14, so things will get better, but not right now. These storms are really holding together. Almost all of the area, including the tornado warned area, is under a level 2 risk of severe weather tonight, a slight risk. So the scale goes from a 1 to a 5, and most of us are under a 2. Level 2 risk of severe weather. So updated tracks and times for you. These change in real time, by the way. Ripley at 8:10, that's when it is expected to be. If it holds together now, in your area. So plenty of lead time. Gates at 8:19, Woodville at 8:21, and Halls, Tennessee also at 8:21. Again, as this storm moves, it's a slow mover, but it is now crossing the Mississippi River. Let's get a look. Maybe I can get a look at some of the radar data, some of the rotation. X out of that. And just to let you know, if you're just joining us, a tornado warning has been issued for Mississippi County, Arkansas until 7:45. Here's the Mississippi River right here. But it has also been issued for parts of Lauderdale County until 7:45. So it's two of our counties, one in Arkansas, one in Tennessee, as this storm is right on top of the Mississippi River right now as I am speaking to you. Let's zoom in a little bit closer here, just so you can get an idea of exactly where we are. And the zoom view that I have done now basically is showing all the areas under the tornado warning. Tomato, you're just outside of it, but look, you need to take shelter if you're watching us because this storm is not far from you. O'Donnell Bend right here, Daniels Point Landing. Again, this storm is hugging the Mississippi River, so you're going to see a lot of landings in here, and everybody knows where the Mississippi River is, so that's a good just kind of point of reference. Here is Rosa on the Arkansas side. Luxora, I do believe the worst of this storm has passed you. I'm not ready to clear you yet, but it does look like if there is a tornado associated with this, it is now going to be just to your east. But additional activity could develop behind this. Now, one of the areas of concern is also gold dust. And again, this is not a very highly populated area, but if I call out your town, you need to go to a safe spot, a place, your safe spot during severe weather, which is one that should be on the first floor, away from windows. Make sure you're covering your head. Please do not go outside and try to find the tornado. We're not on the air here to scare you unnecessarily, but when there is a real threat, you know we're going to be here for you, and there is an active tornado warning. Let's see if I can get a, yeah, here we go, an information box. I don't want to put too much on here for you, so let me take off that and go back to this information box here, and there it is. It does look like the storm has picked up some speed now, moving to the east-northeast at about 26 miles per hour. Good news is our tornado index is down a bit to a 2.1. At one point, when these storms started firing, it was at a 4.1. And we talked about during our 5 and 6 o'clock broadcast that if there was development, it would be quick. I mean, I'm telling you that an hour ago, these things were just barely getting going. And really, there was a first lightning strikes. So within an hour, we've gone from a little bitty shower to a storm now possibly producing a tornado. Although we don't have confirmation, this is, from a human being anyway, this is radar confirmed, a radar confirmed tornado. And as a matter of fact, I can go to the Memphis view here, and there is actually some activity developing west of the Mississippi River. So that's going to be something that we have to watch. Everybody is under some type of risk. It's just amazing to me how quickly this cell developed, which is in our extreme northern counties, again, north of Osceola, west of Ripley, but south of Blytheville. So, and it does look like to me now, if there's a tornado in here, it has crossed the Mississippi River. Here's a brand new information box that we're getting. I'm going to take that one off, because that one may have been old. Let's check this one out here. And it is showing again, yeah, still a tornado index of about a 2.1 and shifting to the east now at about 20 miles per hour. With that in mind, let me go. I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to go draw a new storm track, and I'm going to check back in with the National Weather Service to see if there are any updated bulletins on this storm. Let's go ahead and track this out. I'm going to turn this off, and we'll get rid of this, and we will put a new track on here for you to give you the very latest. Just judging by the velocity right now, there is not as much rotation as there was when this storm was originally warned for, but but still, the National Weather Service is keeping with this warning, and obviously so are we, because our rotation detector still shows some rotation right along the Mississippi River as this storm moves east at about 20 miles per hour. Again, not in an area that is highly populated, but certainly it doesn't matter if it's 200,000 people or 2 people under a tornado warning. We're going to be tracking this for you. So the green, let me just kind of bring you up to speed of what you're looking at here. The green is the areas of rotation that we're concerned with. That flashing red box, that is the actual tornado warning. And the latest bulletin I have from the Weather Service would actually say just what I said. Intensity is weakening a bit, but they are going to continue the warning until 7:45. So I get a heads up to our booth unless something, weird happens, which is possible. That's the way this has been going. The warning is going to expire at 7:45 and most likely not be extended. So we would wrap up our coverage right when the warning is canceled at 7:45. So we've got another 8 minutes or so. But again, here's the updated track. If the storm holds together, Ripley at 8:24, Woodville at 8:32, Gates at 8:32, and Halls at 8:35. Again, the green right in here is, this is the area of rotation. You see this green color right inside that flashing red box. The flashing red box, basically what that is the areas that are under the actual tornado warning. But what I've circled here is the areas of rotation, and now they are right along the Mississippi River. So if there is a potential tornado, it's the areas that I've circled, and we can actually zoom in a little bit closer so I can give you some street level mapping. Here's County Road 791 that runs north to south, just west of the Mississippi River. Again, a very rural area. Here's Farm Road, and that is going to be in eastern Mississippi County, northeastern Mississippi County, in Arkansas now. And let me turn off my chicken scratch there. But that's the area. Farm Road, as it gets close to the Mississippi River. Here's Tomato right here. The rotation is basically right on you. So, Tomato, you have to be in your safe spot, covering your head away from windows. That is the best place to be on the first floor of your home. Let's come back out to a wide view now. Again, this is, as far as rotation goes, this is the storm with the most rotation. I'm not seeing much rotation anywhere outside of this box, and I believe we are getting a new bulletin in here. So let me check on that. And okay, so Jackson, he might as well be a meteorologist with us. He's been in here all afternoon and updating our website, abc24.com, and now is passing along tornado warnings to us. So thank you for your help, sir. And if I'm getting too technical with any of these terms, stop me, and because that can happen sometimes, and let me know about what kind of question you might have. I also want to put in some of our tornado safety tips, because now, especially now that this warning has been expanded for Crockett County, we'll put in some of our tornado tips. I can verbally tell you that the best thing to do is certainly stay away from windows. Let me pop in here some of our tornado safety tips, just to give you an idea of where to go in a situation like this. Again, breaking information here, Crockett County has been added to the tornado warning, or excuse me, what'd you say? Let's see, that is, yeah, so we've got, that goes until 8:15. Yeah, Crockett County until 8:15 tonight. Look, the number one thing you need to do is go to an interior room of the lowest floor of whatever building you're in. It doesn't matter if you're at work in an office, or if you are at home, you have a house, you have an apartment complex, whatever. these are the tips that you need to listen to, and if you do these things, you will stay safe. You want to be in the centermost point of whatever building you're in. You have as many walls between you and the outside of the structure as possible. You want to put your shoes on, cover your head, because if you do have to get out and walk around, there's debris. Put your shoes on, get your meds, all that kind of stuff. Cover your head, avoid windows, and if you're in a car or a mobile home, you need to seek sturdier shelter. That is one thing that I was mentioning just a moment ago. And since the tornado warning has been extended, we can put a new track on that. And also, I'll get an idea of now how fast the storm is moving. I can tell you that the storm has probably sped up just a little bit. And I'm gonna read you the latest bulletin here. Let me go back to the radar for a second. Again, and this is that's interesting because this tornado warning here, that's a confirmed tornado warning over the Humboldt area. That's going to be moving just outside of our coverage area, but that is a confirmed tornado. From the National Weather Service, and that is, it's going to, if you know anybody in Jackson, it looks like that cell is going to stay, north of Jackson, but that is a confirmed tornado with that. We have now different blinking boxes, and the purple, if you can tell on your screen, the purple box that is flashing, this indicates a confirmed tornado. That's not the one here in Mississippi County, but this is, for the Humboldt area, a confirmed tornado. And that came in just a few moments ago. That was literally issued 2 or 3 minutes ago. Thank you, Jackson, for that information. And let me see what I've got from the Weather Service, because again, instant messaging here. This is going to be for Crockett, Gibson, Madison. It goes until 8:15. And at 7:39, a confirmed tornado was located near Adair or near Humboldt, like we just showed you Humboldt, moving northeast at 25. Now, the good news is, and that was emergency management confirmed that one. So you're talking about a credible source. Emergency management has confirmed a tornado right here with this cell over Humboldt. This is not a confirmed tornado, and I believe they just expired it. So let me double check on that. But look, a confirmed tornado, folks, that's a big deal. This Crockett County storm, trees are down. They are investigating it now. Again, that is a different cell. The tornado warning for Mississippi and Lauderdale counties has been expired. I know it's still flashing on the screen there, and it may not have, it may not update, but that warning is about to expire. But now we're in a serious situation in Crockett County because this storm has a confirmed tornado on it, and so I've got to put a track on that. Again, that one is moving at about 25, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. So let's put a track on that confirmed tornado. We're going to do that right now as this storm moves to the east, northeast. As a matter of fact, I'll track the rotation on it, which is not as impressive as it was. But regardless, this is a confirmed tornado. And here are the towns and areas that are involved, and you must listen. You must take this seriously, and you must go to your safe place now. And I'm about to update, walk back on screen here, and we have drawn a brand new track. And these are the areas where if you hear your town called out, you have to take action immediately. This is a confirmed tornado. Three-way at 7:47, you don't have much time. Humboldt at 7:48. Not much time. You need to be in your place of safety now and stay there until we give you the all clear. Medina at 7:57. You've got about 12 minutes or so. Again, if you're in Medina and you live in a mobile home and you can get somewhere in 5 minutes and a sturdy structure, leave and do that now because this is confirmed. And in Gibson at 8:02, same story with Gibson and Medina. If you live in those towns, you do have time, if you're in a mobile home, to get out of your mobile home and go to a sturdy structure. But if you're in Humboldt, you do not need to leave right now. You just need to shelter in place. Three-way, same deal. Shelter in place because this is a confirmed tornado. This warning goes until 8:15 tonight. So we had one tornado warning that for Mississippi County. That was earlier, Mississippi County and Lauderdale County. This is now, however, for Crockett County with a confirmed tornado by emergency management with damage. Trees are down. They're doing some investigation of exactly what's going on or has gone on with this storm, and obviously we'll bring that to you the minute we get more information. I'll pass that along to you. But what I can tell you is if you're just joining us, the reason we are on the air, we had one tornado warning in Lauderdale County, Mississippi County, Arkansas, and now this is the second tornado warning, but this one is a confirmed tornado. The first warning was radar indicated. It has now expired. So three-way, Medina, Gibson, Humboldt, you guys all have to be in your place of shelter. And I say this with a little extra urgency because it is confirmed. We're not trying to scare you, freak you out here, but we are here to tell you to take action, how to take action, and so you can stay safe, especially considering there is a confirmed tornado. With that in mind, I'll go back and we'll pop up some more tornado safety tips if you're just joining us for that second storm that is now a confirmed tornado. I'll just put these on the up on the screen and read them out to you. Again, you want to be in the interior room on the lowest level of whatever building you're in. It doesn't matter. Put as many walls between you and the exterior of the structure that you can. Put on your shoes, cover your head, avoid windows. Look, that's the main thing, is covering your head and staying away from windows. And if you're in a car or mobile home, you need to find better shelter, unless that storm is obviously on top of you right now. You need to really just shelter anywhere you can and cover your head any way you can do that, whether it be a mattress, a helmet, or whatever. So let's go back to the radar here, and let's bring you up to speed. Do a couple of things. I'll put on the rotation tracker, and yes, the green, that indicates that there is still rotation taking place. It's a very small storm. It's not large, but sometimes, look, small storms can be just as powerful and pack a punch. So I'm going to draw a new storm track here, and we're tracking the rotation. It does look like the National Weather Service has just updated that bulletin and made it a little bit smaller. So they have updated that. And basically what that means, it keeps all these towns in the path, but it does take out Bells and three-way. You're still in the path of this also, of this tornado warned storm. And it's not just a tornado warned storm. It is a confirmed tornado that has done some damage. I mean, it's brought down some trees, and the confirmed tornado, that message comes to us from an emergency manager. Here's the latest. A confirmed tornado over Humboldt, moving northeast at 25, and that is from emergency management. So that is an extremely credible source. And here's your updated track. If you hear your town, take action and get out of that mobile home if you can get somewhere safely within 5 minutes. Gibson at 7:59, Medina at 8:01, and Milan, Tennessee at 8:13. You still do have time. If you're in a mobile home, get out and go now. If you're in Humboldt, it's too late. You need to just stay where you are. If you're in three-way, it's too late. But the National Weather Service have made this warning a little bit smaller. It does look like the rotation would be right over Humboldt as we speak and headed toward Gibson, Medina, and really Milan, Tennessee also, if the storm holds together. This is a confirmed tornado. It is a tornado that has done damage At least those are the reports we're getting from the National Weather Service. And so that's why I doubt they will cancel this warning early. This is on the the far eastern edges of our coverage area as we come out to a wider view, just to give everybody else an idea of what is going on. There are other storms out there. This is not the only storm that we have going now. There are other storms out there. Let me go back to my button here, and let's come back out to a wide view. That's what we'll do, is come back out to a wide view. I'll flatten this out because there is other activity in here, actually just west of the Mississippi River in Crittenden County. That is nowhere near as impressive as what we're seeing in our far eastern counties. But I should also tell you there is additional development occurring west of Ripley again. So you're not out of the woods just yet. You guys are still, and all of the Mid-South is under, I say almost all, under a slight risk of severe weather. That cell is moving east-northeast at about 24 miles per hour, and that is one that we're also going to have to watch and follow. And east of Luxora, man, I wish we could get this on the air. Yeah, okay. Whenever that's ready, we have a picture just east of Luxora. That's going to be courtesy of Greg Hart. It's a tweet that was sent out of the tornado. We're working on that right now to get that information to you, but we do have a picture that we're going to show you. And I can also tell you that this second tornado warning is almost out of our coverage area. But since it is confirmed and it's not totally out yet, we're going to stay on air as long as there's a threat to anybody in our region, in our viewing area. I am going to put a new track on this northeast at about 25 miles per hour. Again, there's your updated track. Medina, it's in about 3 minutes, so you don't have much time at all. You need to shelter in place. But for the other towns in the track, let's see, Gibson, you have about 10 minutes, so if you could go to your safe spot. Let's take that picture now of the tornado. Again, courtesy of Greg Hart. You're looking at, well, certainly a funnel. It is a still image. It's hard to tell at this point. Actually, there may be multiple funnels. It's hard to tell at this exact point whether or not that rotation was all the way to ground level, but if it wasn't, I guarantee you it wasn't many feet from being a tornado, and that actually could be a tornado. It's a still image, so it's harder for me to tell, but that certainly could be a tornado. That's not live. That was taken earlier, courtesy of Greg Hart via Twitter, tweeted at Ryan Vaughn, and man, we appreciate pictures like that. It really helps us, but we don't ever want you to compromise your safety. So while we do appreciate the picture, now one's already been confirmed. But if that one was not on the ground, man, was it close. So Medina 7:56, Gibson at 8:02, and Milan at 8:17. This is almost out of our coverage area, so we'll stay with you as long as, I don't care what kind of sliver of a county it's in. If it's in our viewing area, we're going to stay with you, especially considering that it is confirmed. And that's why you see this confirmed tornado warning until 8:15. That does include Gibson County. I think some people can see us in Gibson County, but technically that's not in our coverage area. It is almost out of, we're going to be, unless they issue another warning, guys and gals in the production booth, we'll probably start to wrap up our coverage. As a matter of fact, we'll probably do that by 8 o'clock, if not sooner. But since this is confirmed, I want to remain on the air at least for a couple more minutes and make sure that it is completely cleared the county in our coverage area before we go off the air. Because look, safety, this is the most important thing we do as meteorologists, and it doesn't matter what city you're in, what town, this is our most important job, is to keep you safe. And just judging by that picture we had, y'all can pop it up again if you want to. It looks like we could have had multiple tornadoes. And this picture right here, there are multiple, what appear to me to be multiple funnels. And one of those funnels, the one there on your left, could actually be on the ground as a tornado. Don't know for sure because that's the best image that we have, but it certainly looks like it's possible that was on the ground. We know for a fact a tornado was on the ground in that second warning, this warning right here, and that comes to us from emergency management. So Crockett County, you're in the warning until 8:15. It is quite possible that you will be pulled out of this warning rather quickly because the storm is now almost out of Crockett County. Let's see if I've got anything new from the National Weather Service on this one. And this has been a pretty interesting afternoon. Okay, so there is. Okay, all right. Well, that's further to our east, but the confirmed tornado over Humboldt has now moved east. We're getting other reports though. Let's see. This is a rotating wall cloud near Humboldt. So we have several reports, and technically Crockett County is still in the warning. Let me turn on our rotation tracker. It's not as bad as it was. So what I think we can do, I feel comfortable now, since that has cleared the county, I feel comfortable going back to our regular programming. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to begin to wrap up our coverage because I think the storm is now out of Crockett County and it's moving out of our coverage area. We'll be right here in the Weather Center. Get our app, ABC 24. Certainly you can find us online, abc24.com. We'll be right here in the Weather Center. Should any other tornado warnings be issued, we'll break in. Otherwise, I invite you to join us for ABC 24 News at 10 and on our sister station, CW30 News at 9. But for right now, I'm Chief Meteorologist John Bryant. We'll take you back